Welcome. Welcome to week 12 of the Coach Adkins Show. Coach, got a big game ahead of us. Before we get there, let's talk a little bit about last week. Of course, we beat Metamora 44-28. There's been a lot of talk, just kind of around the 5A. Hey, has Mahomet had any big challenges? Were they up for a four-quarter battle? Talk about that a little bit and kind of how the team rose in the second half to come out with the win.
Yeah, I mean, I think any game is a challenge, right? Kids have to show up and they have to play and they have to execute and get the job done. And so I feel like we've done that all year. That Morton win week one, truthfully kind of ruined their season, essentially kept them out of the playoffs. That was a great opening test for us. We followed that up with two great conference games for us, which again probably shook out the rest of their seasons as well. And then to now still be able to do it, this late in the season against a great Metamora ball club, come out victorious, again after a 1-point lead at halftime. Kind of struggled the first half, especially defensively. We were able to come in and make some really good adjustments. Our staff does a great job, and our kids certainly did a great job. Came out in the second half, and yeah, we're definitely battle tested, and so now we're battle ready, and that's kind of the theme of the week for us as far as our kids and our program is concerned. We're ready to take the long road trip up to Morris and ready to keep this thing rolling.
So you brought it up. So charter buses are coming out. We're heading Saturday to Morris. Of course, they come off of a big win against Centralia, 56-0. They've kind of coasted this far. What are some of the challenges they present, and how are you guys preparing for those?
Yeah, they're a great ball club, and we are back on the road at Morris, taking the long haul up there. It's been, multiple weeks now since we've been on the road. Getting a charter bus, for our kids, and that'll be nice. It's always a great experience, and, nobody likes being on the road, but certainly, the community support that we're going to have, cars decorated and flag hanging at the fire station, and certainly the escort through town as we get ready to head up to Morris is going to be a nice send off, and again, I know it's just more added motivation for our kids. They like seeing that and being a part of that and getting that experience as well. Morris is going to pose several challenges for us that we're well aware of and again, ready for that challenge or that opportunity. They're absolutely huge up front. All of their kids returned from last year essentially on the offensive line. They do a great job. They get off the ball. They're physical. They run their feet and they drive you into the ground. So again, they got a great running game. Their running back from last year returns this year as well. And they love to get him the ball in many different ways. Got a really nice wide receiver. Is probably the best wide receiver we faced all year long. And then they got a quarterback that can get him the ball. So again, our defense is going to see some challenges from their offensive side of the ball. And then the flip side of that, their defense plays extremely hard. They get off the ball. They all have motors. They're physical. They fly around, and they'll flat out hit you. So again, I think our kids are gonna. I know our kids are gonna be up for the challenge and up for the task at hand, and it should be an exciting ball game on Saturday.
Well, at the time of this interview, it's approximately 72 degrees. Not going to be the case on Saturday. Weather's taking a big dive. Cold, windy. Is that a factor in the game? And how have you guys prepared, if at all, to kind of face that challenge?
Yeah, certainly it is going to be a factor, right? But like I tell our kids, they have to play in the exact same elements that we do. Whether the wind picks up to 20 miles an hour or it starts raining or snowing, or in this case, it's going to be 32 degrees. It is what it is, right? And we can't make excuses because, like I said, they have to play in the exact same conditions. As far as how do you prepare kids, and when it's 74 degrees, how can you get them prepared for 32? It's extremely difficult. But we've talked to them all week long about, hey, even though it feels 74 now, get yourself mentally and physically prepared for what a 32-degree ball game is going to look like on Saturday. And if that's bring extra layers, double socks, hand warmers, we're going to bring a few heaters on our sideline, especially for when we're in the tent, kind of can trap that heat in there just so the kids can maybe warm up a little bit. But again, like I said, at the end of the day, that's just an excuse, and we're going to have to go out and we're going to have to play four quarters no matter what the weather's like. So,
well, this isn't really a football question, but we've heard you're a big movie buff. I don't know if that's true or not. What do you consider the best movie of all time?
Ooh.
You can't be a kids movie.
Well, I feel like that's all I watch nowadays with my two kids is kids movies. I'm not the movie buff. My wife is. My wife not only knows every movie, but then can recite every movie. Sometimes it's kind of frustrating to watch movies with her because you can't watch the movie because you're hearing it in your ear. But, again, I don't get the opportunity to watch many movies. I'm kind of lame. I apologize. But I like sports movies. Remember the Titans is probably one of my all-time favorites. I'm a huge Denzel Washington fan. There's a movie that, again, as I was kind of in my later years of high school and then into college, if I'm saying the year right, but he came out with a movie called Man on Fire, and I really like that movie. Again, it's kind of stuck with me for a while, and then I'm also the guy that, I can turn around and watch Fault in Our Stars as well. I can get on that sentimental side as well, but no, for as much as I don't watch movies, I do like watching anything that Denzel's a part of, and like I said, my wife usually is the one that says, hey, we need to watch this movie because it's a really good one. So I've probably watched them. I just can't remember them like she can and be able to recite them. But
now, we hadn't planned for this, and I hate to put you on the spot, but who is your favorite Bulldog TV announcer?
Oh, man. That's a tough one.
In football. You have to pick between one of them.
I probably would say Chris Roberts.
Bingo.
Man, the way that guy brings me energy on the sideline, at halftime, and I feel like he sets the tone for our second half. I love getting the chance to not only see him, because he's always going to have a smile on his face, but then certainly, he just brings off an energy to him that I know helps me go into the halftime and talk to the players, and then gets me pumped up to come back out and start the second half. So no offense to either one of you guys, but I'm gonna have.
Didn't want to pick another one.
Yeah, I'm gonna have to go with Chris Roberts. So.
Well, that's awesome, Coach. Thanks for your time. That's a wrap for Week 12. Coach Adkins, is that right?
Don't forget. Bulldog TV taking the show on the road, ladies and gentlemen, to Morris. Dan and Chad going to have the pregame show at 3:15. They're going to have their own box, so they're really excited about that. But be sure to tune in. We hope to see you there. Let's hope to have packed the place, have a great crowd, get a great atmosphere. But if you can't, these two guys in RZ, they're going to bring you a special treat. 4 o'clock this Saturday, Bulldog TV. Let's go beat Morris.